Feeling lonely while solo traveling. It's a common feeling for many adventurers exploring the world on their own. But fear not, because today I am going to share expert tips on how to conquer solo travel loneliness and make the most out of your journey. My name is Des, and I have been solo traveling for many years now. A lifelong adventurer, I have hiked the Appalachian Trail, taken a pilgrimage across Spain called the Camino, and traveled the globe looking for my kind of adventures. Here are my helpful tips to help alleviate that dreaded loneliness that can creep up on the most independent of solo travelers. Let's get started. Tip number 1, embrace the solitude. I know this sounds unhelpful, but give me a chance to explain. Sometimes the greatest pain point of traveling alone is not the loneliness itself that solitude brings, but the energy and thoughts we focus on lamenting being alone. Embrace the opportunity to connect with yourself and enjoy your own company. Focus on the positives unfolding during your adventure. One tip that I learned meditating is not to reject the thought popping into your mind, in this case, the feeling of being lonely, but to accept it for what it is in that moment. By doing this, the thought tends to not linger. You can then put your own new perspective on the feeling and not let it hold that power over you. Every traveler experiences some really exciting, cool, life-changing moments while traveling. And during those times, we usually want to turn to someone and share in that moment. But when you travel solo, that just isn't possible. So we get lonely. Then we focus on that loneliness, which grows those feelings until you just want to go home. Just remember that being alone doesn't have to mean being lonely. With cell phones today, your friends and family are only a live chat away. This is a picture taken outside a Barcelona cathedral in the mountains above the city. I live chatted with my sister and shared with her this stunning sunset. So, instead of hopping on the first flight home, find an incredible sunset and share it with someone close to you with your phone. I know I have been on top of a mountain and felt that need to show the stunning views to my family back home. Technology is amazing in enabling connections. They will love it, and you will know that someone you love is only a phone call away. Try not to do this too much, though. One of the great benefits of solo traveling is to learn how to move through the world all on your own and meet new people. Tip number 2, reach out to fellow travelers. Strike up conversations with people you meet along the way, whether it's at a hostel, a local cafe, or on a hiking trail. You'll be surprised at how easily connections can be made when you're open to it. Sometimes it's just making conversation with the person sitting next to you. On more than one occasion, I have offered to help a couple take a picture in front of a cool site that led to great conversations. In my many travels all over the globe, I have yet to come across locals in other countries that reject someone saying something kind to them, who doesn't like a kind thought shared with them. So, compliment your hosts and fellow mankind along your travels. And smile. It goes a long way to making connections. Bonus tip, if you're traveling to a non-native language location, try to learn at the very least how that country's people greet, say, please and thank you to each other. Tip number 3, join group activities or tour groups. Look for local tours or group activities that align with your interests. This way, you not only get to do something you love, but also meet like-minded individuals who share your passion. If guided by a tour guide, that local is a great source of helpful information that can keep you on that path when you need to have engagement with your surroundings and meet new people too. Tip number 4, use social media and travel apps. Platforms like Instagram and Facebook groups can help you connect with other solo travelers in your destination. You can arrange meetups, share experiences, and find companions for your adventures. This one can be a little tricky and requires a bit more organization on your part. Keeping with the spirit of this advice would be to join local social media groups and find meetups for local games like bocce or football. Tip number 5, stay active and engaged in your place you are visiting. Loneliness often creeps in when you're idle. So keep yourself busy by exploring the local attractions, trying new activities, or even volunteering. The more engaged you are, the less time you have to feel lonely. I am a big introvert usually. When I am traveling and need some alone time, it can be difficult in big cities. I usually alternate between a few days in a big city and then stay in a smaller village. For example, when in Paris, I stayed in Versailles a few days, and Paris was a short train ride away. Sometimes in bigger cities, the long commutes and overcrowded locations lead the locals to just not have enough time in their day for a good chat with a traveler. A smaller village will find the locals at the parks and social centers gathering around to socialize. Who knows, You might even stumble across a game of bocce. Remember, feeling lonely is natural, but it doesn't have to define your solo travel experience. Embrace solitude, safely reach out to others, join guided group activities that explore your destination. Use social media with some prudence and stay engaged in your destination's offerings. Thanks for watching this video, and we hope these tips help you conquer solo travel loneliness. If you enjoyed this content, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more travel inspiration and tips. Happy travels!